I'm a mountain climber. How do I get off this mountain? Maybe we should re-slash-marker. We unlocked hard mode last time. We won as the adventurer, despite the fact that we probably shouldn't have, to be honest. This time we'll play as either the scientist or the journalist. And now that we know what's going on, we get a little bit, we can understand things more. Scientist gets better camera zoom. That's an active, I'm sure. Which is actually important. Being able to plan your route in advance is actually worth something. And then take some +4 time, but you get a little experience. I mean, if you're in a safe spot, this is interesting. And it takes 2 days to cool down. Most of the time, when you use time up, it screws up your oxygen and your body temperature, but it's still... To farm experience, maybe when times are good, that's interesting. They also start with a hiking staff and a tent, which is nice. Journalist, on the other hand, has absolutely no tent, but they do have ignore weather and terrain effects for 4 hours, a climbing axe, fur gloves, heavy boots, and a little bit of tea. A little bit of tea. I don't know. Let's try scientist. Seems interesting. And but we can only play normal mode, but whatever. It is what it is. And we'll start on mountain 1. And let's see. Sturdy rock and rough terrain. Let's go that way. Why does the journalist have an axe? 'Cause they're a hack. Okay, so we're starting on the mountain. We get 216 XP just for starting. And we start with a tent. You love to see it. Okay, this is us right here. I would like to get the loot, but for right now, I'm also like, you know what? Why not just gain some XP right off the bat? It almost gives us our first level. And then Eagle Eye increases our camera zoom. We don't really need that right now. All right, if you could just walk me... Just trying to see where we got it. Oh, this is a long trip, dude. I want the loot, though. Loot is insanely valuable. On normal mode, I'm not sweating. I'm thinking the scientist, you, like, farm up XP early, get a bunch of levels, and create, like, a super-powered character that can just, like, leap the whole mountain in a single bound or something like that. Oh, we should be on faster speed as well. Ruins. There is a torn tent. Honestly, early on, I think you take as much time as possible. I thoroughly searched the tent. I received 317 XP and a climbing axe, which makes climbing easier, but flat terrain is harder. We're doing a lot of climbing, as you would expect, so I think this is pretty useful. Night climber, flat terrain expert, steep climber. It's an active ability that reduces energy cost on all terrain for 3 hours. Or, flat terrain expert, reduce energy cost on all terrain. I gotta be honest, reduce energy cost on all terrain seems unbelievable. And also, I think for now, we'll just try to remind me to swap these, okay? It would be sick if that's what I mean, chat brought it up in the last stream as well, but if there was like a Dark Souls style mechanic where you could see other people's bodies as they died and then loot them, that would be awesome. I am going to change the game name. Thank you for that. Insurmountable. And then we just do a simple little bit of clickbait. We say, it's Isaac, but with mountains. Thank you. It's a roguelite, but with mountains? I thoroughly searched the tents yet again. You find 1 bottled oxygen tank. Unbelievably good. And we also got ourselves a level up. Dude, you go light steps too. Significantly reduced energy cost on all terrain. Now, how do we get up here? We got to take that way? Gotta go this way. We can see pretty well. We're not losing that much temperature. We're going like full hiking strategy. You know, can I tell you I've never gone on a hike in my entire life? I think I would like it. Isn't it just like walking, but like slightly harder than usual. I know people are like, you live in BC. There's so many. Everyone does like the grouse grind. There's so many like cool hikings and hikes and stuff like that around here. I've never done it. Are there any stroller friendly ones? Are we gonna get sanity or energy? Sanity wasn't as big of a problem. Sadly, I think neither of these are that relevant right now, but it's okay. Why don't you just take me over here? Everything's looking pretty easy. Didn't you and Kate go hiking in the woods a few years ago? We went camping. Didn't really go hike. I mean, I don't know. We went walking in the woods. It wasn't like an intended camp, though. It was more like there's nothing to do, so we went camping. Oh, there's my cave. Okay, just keep walking. Everything's fine for now. That's hiking, brother. I mean, we were just, there wasn't like a trail or anything. We were just like, oh, let's take a look around. I'm not trying to gatekeep my own hiking experience. I'm just saying. Okay. I follow the light in the cave. Hundreds of fireflies have restored my sanity. If sleeping gives us body temperature, which it does, then we will take the opportunity to sleep long. Might as well. But I will say, I think like one of the reasons I'm like so into the idea of hiking is because I think meals just taste better after you've kind of worked for them a little bit. It's a good time to swap. You're not joking. So I think the idea of going for like a nice long walk and then eating a delicious lunch, like, that appeals to me a lot. Are there spooky things in this game? There's no jump scares or anything, but you can encounter strange phenomena, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, can we get to this loot easily? We got some treacherous terrain, but I think it's worth it because we got to go to this node anyway. Yeah, we talked to a goat for a little bit on the last one. That was fun. Provisions. You notice a hollow behind a huge boulder. I push the boulder aside. I use a branch, or I do nothing. I choose to push the boulder aside. It probably has a better chance for the event to work. You receive XP. Trade offer, you receive XP and a carafe of warm tea. And next time we're able to do science, like, it's on site. We're leveling up. I went hiking in interior BC, and we had to watch out for goats when you pee. They love the taste of the salt in your urine. Is that true? Oh, look, you can take a little rest here. I take a break. Other mountaineers have sat here before you. I take a look around. You find empty cans of beans. Let's go. And those aren't beans. That's life-saving oxygen, man. Let's go. Yeah, I'm just going to level with you, man. Like, if a goat wants to steal my urine, like, and I'm not using it, by all means, dude. By all means. I don't. This seems like a one-way trip. I'm getting back on the normie path. Rough stone. Oh no, my ankle is broken. I believe that means it takes us 50% longer. As long as they're not drinking it straight out the tap, I'm feeling okay. If they're getting it like to go, no problem. All right, we get sanity for hearing a beautiful melody, and we also level up again. Specialized in using consumables. Every time you use consumables, you gain some sanity. Gain more experience during the night, or active ability Reduced energy cost on all terrain, but maybe especially steep terrain. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Kind of feel like, generally speaking, the earlier in a game that you can get scaling, the happier you're going to be. But you reach down and find a can of beans that expired 50 years ago. I bet if you eat the beans and it goes right, you get energy. And if it goes wrong, you lose HP. Who cares about HP, man? We got tons of it. I eat the contents. As you eat, you wonder what became of the Mountaineers. Thanks for the that's a staggering amount of experience. But we did not get any energy off of the beans, unfortunately. We might want to, next step, I think, is you make it to one of these caves so that we can sleep and recover some energy. We did get pretty cold eating the beans. You can't eat and walk simultaneously, though. It's well known. But on the bright side, we've recovered some warmth just by finding a nice hut. Dude, we're gonna have so many levels. Like this is next level. It's a lonely grave. I search for clues as to who is buried and then steal their equipment. Oh, what? They have no... Oh, no, we did get something. We lost some sanity, but we did get some heavy boots. And we didn't... You know what? I left my shoes at home. Many people would tell you that's probably not a good idea when you're going out for a mountain climbing in the Arctic, but I disagree. Dude! Power through seems incredible. Lose some oxygen, but gain some energy? Until we get into the death zone, we don't even need oxygen. It just replenishes for us. Like, I think you just send that, and, dude, don't even start with me. You know we're going to do a little analysis here real quick. And now I'm like... I still think we should go to the cave. Just because we can. Maybe we'll even warm up a little bit. But then with these extra O2 canisters, we can just walk through the night. That's crazy. Cave for the boys. Still got a long way to go. I'm trying to keep my pace up so I don't have to rush through a... I don't have to rush through the final mountain and just click at the very top and then yell go, 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 go as fast as possible. I'm trying to... A failure to plan is a plan to fail, you know? I do have to say, though, this is like... It's the most meditative roguelite, man. You know what? Immediately... Hold on. Stop. Get some extra energy back. We're not worried about the oxygen regardless. It's just... It's really fun to play. I don't know how to say it apart from that. We discovered a corpse. I don't care about his sanity. We'll get some smoke leaf later. We will steal his delicious Earl Grey, flavored with bergamot oil, and we will move on. A shrine where we will recover. Let's keep our sanity up, you know. We do have 3 mountains to climb. How is the tea still hot? It's in a hydro flask, sweetie. Stone plaque. I dig it up. Does cost us a lot of energy, but there's a cave right next to us. In the hollow beneath the plaque, you find some provisions. Can of beans, little XP, little sanity. Who says no to this, dude? That's true. Water also boils faster as you get higher. So even though the temperature gets down to like minus 50, the boiling point of water becomes minus 40. So ambiently, the water just starts to boil. That's why you got to keep a lid on your thermos. Otherwise, it'll all escape as steam. I follow a faint shimmer of light. We receive some sanity. Trade offer, you receive some sanity and the ability to sleep. That's also why you got to keep the lid on the can of beans. Because if you don't have the lid on the can of beans, they'll become gaseous. Now, I would like to use my eagle eye. Increases camera zoom till next movement. I think I've misread the, the ability here. 24-hour can. Permanent. No, it's not hard mode because I wanted to play as a different character. I wanted to play as a different character hard mode, but the game is built for normal gamers, not professional streaming gamers such as myself. Can we go this way maybe and ignore that treacherous ground? I'm learning a little bit, man. I also feel like I've like, you know what? This is more like Dota than Hood is. Oh, we gotta go that way. Cause I'm farming. Like right now, I'm freaking fully farmed, dude. All I need to do is spend a little bit of time in the jungle, and if I can gank, oh no, if I can gank Yasuo, and buy Crystal Maiden's Valkyrie, then I honestly, I mean, if my support is smart enough to stack the jungle creeps for me, obviously, that goes without saying. But then, like, I thought there was a decent chance that we might actually be able to take Rax right now. Saint Bernard. You suddenly hear a loud bark behind you. A Saint Bernard is bounding towards you, panting, its tongue lolling. Loll in chat, please. As it obediently sits at your feet, you notice a harness on its back. There's a bag strapped to it. I search the bag, and I take yet another carafe of bergamot oil tea. So I'm going to level with you. Less body temperature loss is good, but I think increased maximum oxygen is awesome. Even though we're not at max oxygen, having more as a reserve for when we get into the death zone seems incredible. Spiritual journey. His naked torso is adorned with a number of tattoos. Bro, that's the Joker? I talk to the Joker. I ask if... You know what? You know what, buddy? Here's a can of beans. Don't kill me. Here's a can of beans. He doesn't acknowledge you as you leave him a gift and step away. You wonder if he even needed your gift. Okay, they've come to arrest me. I am going to walk one space... and then walk back one space, and then use some of my oxygen for energy, and then climb this enormous pillar in front of me. Dude, it's genius. He's figured it out. We didn't even have to use a tent charge there. A limestone cave. It's Scranton. What? The limestone city? Watch out, there's some stalagmites. I never remember which one's which. You're going to type it in chat, and you're going to be like... oh, these point down, these point up, and here's how you remember it. As soon as you stop talking and I turn off the stream, I will not remember. But thank you for the XP. Might reach the top. No, they're tight because they're at the top. There's nowhere else to go. I thoroughly search the corpse. You find... an oxygen mask. Hey, dude, we got like 6 lungs here. This is crazy. We are going to need to use a tent charge to sleep, because our oxygen ability is on cooldown, unless we can find a cave. But it's stormy, so our visibility is very low. Property damage. You find the remnants of an ancient culture. I choose to watch them rather than interrupt their events. Thank you for the experience and the level up. Increase sanity gain in events. Spend energy to increase temperature, or spend temperature to increase oxygen. Okay, I know what you're going to say. The way I'm looking at it, there's 2 different possible ways here, okay? There's 2 different machines we got going on here. One is... you can use oxygen to energy to temperature, or you can use temperature to energy to oxygen. And if we get both of them, we're getting pretty close to an infinite loop, where we can just click all 4 buttons and get everything. It won't, yeah, okay, it won't go infinite, but it will generate like 10 each, I think. Because they're most like minus 25, and then they give the other thing plus 35. So like a passive like plus 10 if we could use all 4 at once, but let's not worry about that just yet. Energy is more important than temperature right now. So I think spending temperature to give us more oxygen. How much are we losing right now? We're neutral. Okay. Spend temperature to give oxygen. Minus 25 for plus 10? What a terrible deal. My mistake. Okay, next step. We can't even climb here. So you definitely use 1 tent. And you go, you sleep long on this one. No question. They're all negative exchange? I thought we had minus 25 plus 35 before, but... Okay, we got to go all the way up this way. Oh, if you'll excuse me, chill for a moment, please. I would like to do some research. Oh, it's nighttime now. My temperature! Oh, no. I choose to consume my beverage. Smart, thank you, thank you. I actually, like, I was so surprised, I blanked on the fact that I had, like, 6 liters of tea in my backpack. Death zone. Okay. What are we going to do in the death zone? We should have a lot of oxygen, so I think we will make our energy costs lower. That seems sensible to me. Can of tea and I'll be all right. Ain't that the truth? A shrine. I choose to regain energy. That's extremely OP, very appreciated. Yeah, I think there's only one consumable for each stat bar. Like, there's tea, psychedelic herbs for medicinal use only. That's for sanity. And then energy is beans or food in general. And oxygen is the O2 canister. You discover the wreck of a plane. I continue my journey. I'm trying to avoid using the tea until I absolutely have to, but it might cost us on these events. But dude, we're almost at the top actually. Then we got to go back down to the bottom, obviously. I don't mind spending some energy. I'll spend some energy to follow the tracks, even though it just gave us XP. Rather than think of that as if it's nothing, I think of that as if it's a reward for next time. You know, it'll make us stronger for the future. A goat. I told you, dude, it's a goat. I approached the goat in a friendly manner. Thanks for the XP. Can I make it? I got to drink some tea just to be able to make it to the cave. It's no problem. Keep in mind the first time... Yo, Chibli, what's up? Keep in mind the first time I played this, I used... and I do not mind losing the O2 because we got all these canisters. I used 6 tents on the first mountain climb. So, like, this is still easy mode as far as I'm concerned. Can we get up here? It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Let's start by just going to the cave. This seems totally fine, though. Do we want to use O2 to increase energy? Not yet. Do we want to use temperature to increase O2? Absolutely not. This game's hard AF. I died a bunch. You know, Chibli, if you ever need any advice, you know, I'm here to help. I've never died in the game. I think a brief sleep is okay here. Where do I sleep? Caves be schmackin' for sleep. They're like free hotels. If you have a tent, the tent is like your last resort. I also think you lose more temperature if you sleep, like, at night. There's an active fire pit. My sanity's looking good, man. I guess I'll take it because the other opportunity was energy, which we're also, like, crushing at right now because I'm the best player this game's ever seen. We're going to go to the Steam sale real quick. Goat encounter. It's using its head to point. I hide behind the rock as well and do not get hit by the wildcat. As a result, my goat friend has allowed me to get another level up. I choose significantly increased maximum oxygen. The death zone. On this one, the death zone can't help. I'll admit. But in the future, the death zone will never be able to stop me. Okay, how do you get... Oh, dude, we're crushing it, dude. Like, I'm actually stronger at the time that I've reached the top of the mountain than I was when I started. The other was less temp loss. Yeah, but dude, you're not... Come on, man. When you get this much maximum oxygen, 180, we're not going to need temperature because we're just going to sprint up the freaking mountain next time. Look at, dude, we're at the freaking top. We started all, look, we could click all the way down here if we wanted. No, unfortunately, I don't think that the study skill scales the XP. It would be nice, but I think it's just to give you like a little boost, you know? What, you're going to lose energy by the time you get there? Come on, man. Come on. Well, here's what I'm thinking, okay? In order to get around that, I'm like, what if we used a little temp to give us oxygen? Because this takes energy, right? How much energy does it take? 20, well, all of it. What if we started just by climbing this first? Then we could take a look. Okay. Oh, then you could just do it. You don't even need... You just do one climb at a time. Isaac Newton is rolling in his grave right now. You are tired and depressed. You cast your eyes about aimlessly. Ain't nothing depressing about getting 1,000 experience, my dude. What do you mean tired and depressed? You're like you're an actual superhero. Okay, so we're going to run out of energy if we do this. What we're really looking for... I don't know, does this work? No, I don't know what I'm doing with that. We're looking for a cave, because I don't want to sleep. So here's what I'm thinking, okay? We still have tea, right? We got some tea burning a hole in our pocket. We had tea and oxygen. Okay. How much is this? We lose 40 oxygen for 25 energy. Okay. We use 1 can of O2. That's 81 oxygen, dude. Then... we turn 40 oxygen into 25 energy. And we get a move on. I'm going to do this event real quick. I'm not going to rip all the O2, because that's what we did last time, is we used all of our like resources before we finished the level. And then that's when I realized that you keep your inventory between levels. And as a result, we just burned it for like no reason. Melody improves your sanity and also gives you some XP. Okay, now we need to start small for minimum energy loss. This one, I was just going to say, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. I'm going to be honest with you. I know we'll probably lose some HP if we do this. Yeah, we should move. I don't mind going critical energy for a little bit. And then we're just trying to get to this, to a cave. Because if we, I was thinking like we might sleep, but sleeping is like, is bad because we'll lose O2 up here. We'll gain energy, but we'll lose O2 and temperature. Critical. Okay, my eyes close. The pain wakes you up with a delicious boost of taurine. And we are no longer critical, but we did lose some HP. This is like the thing we didn't know when we first played the game is that you can go into like mission critical status without losing the run. Oh, the cave. Because we're in the death zone, we'll lose some oxygen, but we should otherwise be fine. I lied down and sleep. Oh, dude. That's way more O2 than it looks like. Because we got the double rewards. The double XP gain. Double XP weekend. But now I don't know. Oh, there. I saw a glimpse. Absolutely send it. I don't know if I'll research because we're in the death zone. This is what happens when you got 4 lungs, man. Eagle Eye lets you zoom out a little. Good idea. Good. One of these days, straight to the moon. I will say, maybe we don't want to climb up there. Deep snow, minus 25 temperature. Diamond lungs. Oh, so that's how Eagle Eye works. Okay, so this is the shortest path. Let's merely go to this tile. Thank you, Eagle Eye. And you can use it once every few hours. Okay. You should explore the cave every time. It gives you free XP. There's not going to be a time where you like try to explore the cave and it's actually like surprise you're dead. Oops. No, we're like this is consider that we are inside of a volcano right now. Let me guess, my ankle broke. We're inside of a volcano right now. I don't want to spend any more time in here than is necessary because we're dying pretty quickly. So we need energy. I was going to say just go around. We can turn body temp into O2. That doesn't really help us. I think this might be tent. 2 uses remain. I think we... I hate to use all our resources, but let me look at this for a second. You sleep briefly. Sleep long. Doesn't mill our entire O2. It just mills up almost all of it. Oh, you were 1 hex away from being out of the death zone. Yeah, if we had just gone down this way, we wouldn't have decayed oxygen. I still think we might have had to sleep for energy, though. Anyway, 1 sec, though. Research, please. Doesn't cost us anything. What's our temp doing right now? Our temp is fine. All right, please use some body temperature for oxygen then. And let's get a freaking move on here, man. Then use some oxygen for energy. I mean, I gotta stay low, dude. Oh no, you're right. We're still in the death zone. Okay. Now we're out of the death zone. And we choose to wander back and forth aimlessly in order to maximize our oxygen. Still out of the death zone. But my oxygen is at 10. I think I gotta slurp that up real quick. And then I'm like, you know, that's still the fastest way, huh? I'm surprised. Why slurp it? Because we got to go back up into the death zone. You're probably right, to be honest. But I was worried we'd end up in... Oh, no, we're still 40 meters below it. You're right. You're right on that one, for sure. Give me some energy so we can just book it here. saved. Okay, we have 45 minutes remaining to do 2 mountains. I think we were on an okay pace here, but we might need to put a little extra sauce on it for this one. But that, I mean, it went totally fine compared to our last one. Oh, I go around the crevasse because I'm not worried about temperature to begin with. I just don't want to take any damage in the process. Last time we did this, we didn't even have anything after we climbed the first mountain. So just to have anything going on here is pretty good. Plus, it only took us 7 days instead of 10. But we do have extra time and energy costs. Okay, start me on Mountain 2. The air is fresh and clear. Unusual phenomena, very severe storms. I think because our terrain, we have everybody wants to go ghost path, man. No, I don't mind rough terrain because we do much better on any kind of terrain because of our abilities already. Okay. Thank you for the experience. You'd love to see it. I choose to get special terrain expert. Whenever I suffer dangerous terrain events, I gain experience. I will also, according to my research, are we already cold up here? Oh, maybe you thought I was going to click on something in the distance. Okay. No, we are definitely already cold up here. Oh, because it's nighttime. For a minute. We should have walked first, but okay, definitely use O2 because we're not in a death zone. Don't use body temperature yet. That won't be necessary. And then remove your pickaxe. Good point. Good point. Remove your pickaxe. Put on the hiking staff. It's a long trip, but like we got some real nice terrain right here. Don't go that way. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. That seems totally fine. Rip the loot. You're giving something up every time you get the loot as well. Okay, that is literally like right next to us, huh? I was like, I don't want to go 2 tiles out of my way to pick up infinite temperature gain. It's not worth it. It do be a little chilly up here, though. Our basic values mean that we get cold faster. I can relate to that as somebody who sometimes my wife will be like, you should put on a jacket. And I'm like, I don't need it. And then I get cold. Those are my basic values. You come across a corrugated metal container. I take but a quick look inside of the container. Because if I take longer, I will lose all of my temperature. But a quick look. You find nothing useful. I guess experience is just nothing now. Temperature is a real problem already, huh? You ever think about packing like a winter jacket or something like that? A mountain hare. I kill the hare and snap its spine. The hare is no longer suffering. Thanks for the sanity and the XP. We will be using every part of the buffalo. Didn't you read it? It said its legs were broken. Sadly, the tea must be consumed immediately. Okay, I think this is a little less climbing than going around. I don't know. Maybe not. Either way, it's what we're doing. We need to find a cave. I think we're going to use our last tent, and then we're going to have to go like full cave strategy. Okay, no, you don't need to go up there. Instead, go down here. It's too freaking cold here, man. I see. Come on. I shouldn't have relied on the auto pathing, but that one's going to keep you up at night. Okay, temperatures is too much. I will sleep in my tent for as long as possible to regain 10 degrees centigrade. It doesn't even matter because our next level up is going to be like meditate, receive the power to warm yourself through the power of transcendental meditation. Dude, chat, you're on the ball. I was just no life in it. You're absolutely right. You got to switch axes there. Cave. I follow the light. Thank you for the experience. We have not quite leveled up. But then I lie down and sleep. I sleep long, even though it will take us into the night for temperature. You can't get meditate. It's on the purple tree. It's only on the adventurer tree? I actually didn't even know that there were tech trees. So we can turn oxygen to energy. Sadly, not that worthwhile right now. The event mastery skill tree. If you say so. Looking for caves. I wonder if this is actually much less energy use. Oh, we can't climb on that. We got to go that way. Whereas if we just go this way, we ignore the dangerous terrain, but dangerous terrain gives us more XP. Oh, they offered you purple path at this when the mountain selection takes place. Okay. Fair enough. Good to know. Still learning. At this shrine, we will receive 34 degrees. There's some temptation to do this. You know what? It costs us all our energy. I can't do that. But I will research. It will raise our body temperature. That's a dream come true. Warm up. Spend energy to increase body temperature. Increase body temperature on stone. Weaken the effect of cold weather. Dude, all of this is good. O2 for energy seems great, but I'm also, like, I'm a passive guy, to be honest with you. I felt like that was, I agree. I felt like we couldn't really go wrong with that one. It's a long trip here. Increase body temp when stoned? I don't even have a joke there. I don't even have a punchline. I just had a slightly funny laugh, and that's it. So I think I gotta get used to the idea that autopathing is usually bad. Sometimes we want to not climb like sheer rock faces. We want to like go one step up at a time. Whenever possible, at least. Abandoned radio relay station. I stay and look around. We got oxygen, which is pretty good. We lost a lot of temperature, but you know, we need to build up some stuff in order to be able to make it through the death zone anyway, if we're lucky enough to make it there in the first place. Yo, pass the ox. Okay, but don't breathe in. Got a little lightheaded there. It was like that greedier mode run. Strange tracks. I followed the tracks. They lead to a cave with a hermit. You know what? I give him an oxygen bottle. But I do not eat his stew. Because last time I ate his stew, he fed me human beings. And my stomach started to hurt. But I will give him my oxygen bottle so that I don't end up in his stew. It's called self-preservation. Okay, it's a little stormy. But I think we got a good methodology here. Everything seems to be going okay. Temp's increasing. We get the chance. We'll trade oxygen for energy. That way you don't have to sleep. Eventually we'll get to a cave. At the ruins, I thoroughly search the tents and find nothing useful except the value of experience. Then I take an extraordinarily deep breath to get some extra energy, and I continue on with my day. Look at that. Dude, you don't need to sleep. When you're good at the game, you don't need to sleep. Surely there will be some caves in this general vicinity. It's going to be a cold night, though. But this is like, oh, dude, there's a cave, there's a cave, there's a cave. Just trying to see if there was one closer. But there's a cave right here. Right here. Free. We're free. Dude is a breatharian. Excuse me, does this have any oxygen in it? I only eat oxygen. What does your one skill do? It lets you zoom out further until you walk. Fear wells up inside you. Before you can react, something bites your leg. Cursing and in pain, you flee the cave. Who was it in chat that said if you always explore, it's free XP? Because I've lost my ability now to sleep in the cave. I've lost 2 HP. I did gain 700 XP. That's not so bad. But losing that cave is pretty nasty. But apparently there's another cave down here. So I'm not going to... Come on. I mean, there's only... I think we are going to have to tent up, unfortunately. But there's half an hour left in the stream. I'm not going to trunk somebody. Not in the last half hour. Real deep breathing incoming. Can I just... Maybe I can just chill? Just go around here on a spiral for a bit. Maybe this conversation will include... this is... actually, this is a little spicy. I think I have to use my tent. We have no tent. Okay, well, we're gonna go mission critical. I can't see a cave because it's nighttime, but luckily the night is almost half over. Critical. I sit down and rest. You rest for a while and begin to freeze to death. But you do get some energy out of that. Temp to O2 is not what we're looking for. It's a nasty way to go. You know, I'm like, we can climb that mountain. Oh, let's do. It's gonna get mighty cold here. I can't believe that I'm actually gonna die because I searched the cave. That is so good. You couldn't ask for better kismet than that. Disembodied hand. I searched for the rest of his body, briefly raising my temperature by 0.6 degrees. He has given me a tent, and we're back in business, baby. We're immediately back in business. Commenter saved. Although, it's still pretty cold. Does it have 3 uses? It does. Okay. This is an easy sleep long situation. You just slept all day? Yeah. Sleep all day, work all night. I mean, we had to get energy back. There was 7 hours until our next cooldown. So it's either like we walk around in a circle over and over, trying to get the cooldown to go. I see no caves. Or we got to try something here. I see a cave in the great distance. I attempt the jump. You make the jump. That gives us extra XP as well. No, I can't science because I'll lose so much freaking body temperature just by engaging in the pursuit of knowledge. Could turn O2 to energy. That's like a gimme. I don't think there's ever a good reason not to turn O2 into energy right now. Like 3 is a gimme. 4, on the other hand, is certain death. Critical. I wiggle my toes to warm up. Minus energy, but plus 37. Dude! 37 degrees of temperature gain. Just by wiggling my little toes. Thank you, toes. My sanity's in a terrible spot as well. I continue my journey rather than burying the stranger. We don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that? I beg you for some experience. Another glacier. I quickly pull myself up the slope and then level up and get Night Climber. Lose less body temperature during the night. That seems like a gimme. We do, at some point we're going to need sanity as well, don't get me wrong. We got to be getting, I was just going to say, we're getting pretty close to the top of the mountain here. Great tech. Oxygen's doing great. Body temp's going up. I don't even need to look. I examine the crack and receive minus 15 energy cost on snow, which I believe that we're spending a lot of time on right now. No problem there. Research. I don't know, man. We got to get in this cave. Let's start with the cave. Then we can get the loot as well. Death zone. I'll ascend as quickly as possible. That's a gimme. We want to lose less energy. Oxygen's not a problem for us right now. I explore the tunnel. They wouldn't do this to us twice. I step into the darkness. I explore the object with my hand and find a freaking tent, dude. Then I lie down and sleep heavy long. Now we have 5 sleeps in a tent. That's incredible. The wolf's head. I do not stay and examine the relic because, come on. Instead, we move on. I think we're making it again. You're only giving me more XP. Anytime you give me dangerous terrain, you're only giving me more XP. I always attempt the jump. You lose 2 HP. Nobody cares. Thanks for the XP. Top of the mountain. Still quite distant. Dude, I don't think we're going to make it in time. I will save him to lower my... I do appreciate the sanity, don't get me wrong, but our energy got like lower than I ever could have expected. But I got no problem sleeping in the death zone. This is why we have infinite oxygen. I got no problem creating even more energy with our limited oxygen. This is Eagle Eyes territory. Grade zoom. Grade zoom. This path seems much saner to me. You may regret that oxygen. I don't think so. I'd be surprised. Can't you just take shallower breaths anyway, Forehead? Like, I don't see why he's always, like, gasping for air. Like, why are you taking such big gulps, brother? Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later. That's what I was thinking, and Kate brought it up, too, when we were watching Stowaway. I was like, you know, well, she was like, why don't they just be like, hey, you get to breathe this minute, I get to breathe next minute. I'm sure it's, like, not that easy, but all I'm going to say in the movie is they don't answer the question, man. Glacier. Energy's easy. We can get more energy. I quickly pull myself up the slope to level up. Reduce energy cost of climbing during the night. There's value there. Let's get ourselves to the loot hole. Don't let the auto pathing get you down. You do it like that. Stone circle. We can't even freaking do it, dude. Good green. Yeah, I'm just trying to do the slightest green management. Get us up the mountain as safely as possible. A glacier, I attempt the jump and make it safely, easily, thus granting me experience for having succeeded on a danger tile. Next. Dude, our stam is holding it together here. I've never been prouder. It's not gonna last. Like, inevitably, it's gonna start. Wait, I was like moving infinitely there. Family tragedy. I keep back, but we do get a piece of paper with 400 experience points on it. Things you love to see. Dude, can you? Why I'm going infinite? It's because I got snowshoes and like my passive abilities. I'm going infinite. Effortless climbing. The heart of the explorer. You know what? Don't mind if I do scan through the provisions and receive some smoke leaf that I immediately pop for its medicinal qualities only. I promise you I am not having a good time. It's for medicinal use only. Because we can move for free, check this out. I'm going to walk around in a circle for 3 hours. We do lose other resources, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to walk around in a circle for 3 hours until our oxygen ability is off cooldown. And then I'm going to use that to give us energy to climb this mountain right here. Okay, now that's mighty scary. But it did mean we didn't have to sleep in a tent, which would have cost us oxygen anyway. And we can trade temperature for oxygen. I have a tent, but we're in the death zone. I search the case and receive crampons. Lower energy cost on ice. Okay, all that being said, I am going to run out of energy anyway. So we will have to sleep. But that, you know, it is what it is. We lose 9 oxygen or 15 oxygen. I choose to lose 9 instead of 15. And then we climb. Gigantic footprints. I carefully climb into the crevasse. Receive Lower sanity, but gloves? Gloves? Okay, wait, hold on. This is body temperature. This is energy cost. We need energy more than we need temperature right now. Yeah, that was a weird cry. Like, the baby was so rhythmic. No, no, no. No, no, no. I have to go all the way around. Okay, oxygen is in a bad spot. It cannot be denied. But if we got a little chlorophyll still left in our cells, then there's hope. Because when the sun comes out, in theory, it could provide us with photosynthesis. With the photosynthetic powers, every human being has access to, we can create sugars from carbon dioxide, which, trust me, we've got in abundance right now. and the power of the sun. Every step is torture. Nope, actually, we're feeling pretty good. Have you ever heard of the power of positive thinking? When we reach the top, we're going to get something called Climber's High. When you get Climber's High, nothing can stop you. The second summit has happened. You get 900 experience. This experience gives you the ability to have chloroplasts in your cells. Please, I was like, anything with oxygen. Yeah, strong lungs. Increased oxygen gain per hour. Oh, I'm so hypoxic, dude. I'm so confused. I don't even know where to go. We did leave some loot on the way down. Like, maybe if this is an O2 canister, we're still in this. Can't we just die in peace? Oh, foamy spittle. That seems bad. Is foamy spittle bad? You find a greenhouse full of many oxygenating plants. Yeah, you can't tent in this area. You'll die overnight. Critical. You see a dark figure standing next to you. It warns you that a rockfall is about to occur. I listen to the voice and take cover. You wait a while, but nothing happens. Minus sanity. I really thought that was the stranger coming to deliver me. He's like, hey, I flipped your can of O2 into like 15. I got a 12-pack for you. You want to split it? Alas, it was not the case. Hold on. I'm like, dude, immediately we have 0 O2. Trade it all for energy. We're close to being able to use temp for oxygen, though. That's something. We'll just freeze to death instead of dying of hypoxia. There's some vacuum flasks filled with tea. Dude, I gotta try. Take a quick look around. Unfortunately, you find nothing useful. That's bad news. But there you go. I got 2 extra breaths. Send it. You feel weak and exhausted. I sit down and rest. Thank you for the extra energy. That's really going to come in handy. This is where you die. I am now realizing that death is imminent. I take no responsibility. I exclusively blame chat for when we rested in that cave. Were it not for that, we would probably be on a helicopter right now. Probably sipping on champagne and beginning the first draft of our memoirs. Instead, one cave got us bitten by a radioactive lynx, and now we're in this position right here. I mean, we need warmth, man. Thank you, by the way, to Saltine Cracker. Saltine Cracker. for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Soup Man has my O2. I shouldn't have given up my O2 canister. That being said, shut up about the tent. I can't sleep in the tent. I got no oxygen, man. I got no oxygen. We're in the death zone. A tent doesn't give you oxygen. The air's so thin up here. Something. Callista Flockhart. Sorry, that's like a late night joke from the 1990s. If you'll excuse me, I will eagle eye briefly, and then take me. Just breathe less. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all in your head anyway, man. Just run it down mid. Here, if we make it to the sun, there's a chance. This is a long descent here. 6,560 meters is daybreak. Temperature is going to be advantageous for us. We got some sanity here. You hear the music? Chest pain. Big whoop. You don't need your chest to walk. Great time for a lover's card, for sure. A camp. I search the camp and go insane. A tent with an unusual symbol catches your eye. A pair of shoes. Possibly the least valuable resource you could ever imagine right now. Literally any other resource would have done something for me, but instead we get a duplicate pair of shoes. Mortal fear. I pull myself together and move on. That was a big one. That one actually worked. Hero's Medallion. If only we had Hero's Medallion. How much HP do we have? 1.9? That's pretty bad. Come on, get out of the zone, man. Just one more climb down, we can get some oxygen. Foamy spittle. -2! The irony. He died as soon as he left the death zone. Exhausted, you collapse in the snow. You gave everything but it wasn't enough. Personally, I think they got to move the death zone about 50 meters lower. It's 5,950, not 6,000. I enjoyed playing as the scientist, though. The game is fun. We'll probably run it at least one time next week would be my expectation as well. For now, though, we're kind of this awkward